Did you know that a bumblebee beats its wings 200 times per second? That's faster than the human eye can see. Welcome to today's odd topic and the fascinating world of bumblebees, a place where the buzz of activity never ceases. Bumblebees, with their distinctive size and vibrant colors, are a sight to behold. Larger than their honeybee counterparts, these insects are easily recognizable by their chunky bodies covered in soft hair, making them appear fuzzy. And their wings, oh, their wings! They beat at such an incredible speed that they're almost invisible to the naked eye. But that's not all. These industrious insects play a pivotal role in our ecosystem, a role that extends far beyond their delightful appearance. From pollinating our flowers to contributing to the survival of various species, their significance is immeasurable. So, stick around to uncover the buzzing world of these industrious insects. From a tiny egg to a buzzing bee, the life of a bumblebee is a fascinating journey. Our story begins with the queen bee, the heart and soul of the colony. After hibernating through the winter, she wakes in spring to lay her eggs in a nest she's carefully crafted. Each egg, no bigger than a speck of dust, holds the potential for a new life. These eggs hatch into larvae, little grub-like creatures that are entirely dependent on the queen. She tirelessly feeds them a diet of nectar and pollen she's gathered, nurturing them until they spin a silk cocoon around themselves. This cocoon is their sanctuary, a place where they will metamorphose into their final form. Inside the cocoon, the larvae transform into pupae. This is where the magic happens. In a process that would baffle even the most seasoned of scientists, these pupae, over the span of 2 weeks, undergo a miraculous transformation. They develop legs, wings, eyes, and all the other features we associate with bees. Emerging from their cocoons as fully grown bees, they are ready to join the workforce. If they're female, they'll become worker bees, venturing out into the world to gather nectar and pollen, just as their queen once did. If they're male, they become drones, with one sole purpose: to mate with the queen. The queen, meanwhile, continues her role as the mother of the colony, laying eggs and ensuring the survival of her brood. She is the glue that holds the colony together, the beacon around which all other bees revolve. Bumblebee colonies operate like a well-oiled machine, each bee performing its role with unwavering dedication. The workers with their pollen-laden legs are the providers, the drones, the propagators of their species, and the queen, the life-giver. Each bee, whether a queen, a worker, or a drone, plays a crucial role in the survival of their colony. This intricate dance of life, all beginning from a tiny egg, is truly a testament to the wonders of nature, a marvel that continues to captivate us with its complexity and beauty. A day in the life of a bumblebee is busier than you might think. These tiny, buzzing creatures are the epitome of the phrase "busy as a bee," living their short lives in a constant flurry of activity. Let's start with the morning. As the sun rises, the bumblebee begins its day foraging for nectar and pollen. These are not only their main food sources, but also essential nutrients for the brood, the bee's offspring. The bumblebee can visit up to 100 flowers in a single trip, using its long, straw-like tongue to suck up nectar, while its fuzzy body collects pollen. Once its pollen baskets are full, the bumblebee returns to the nest. Here it shares its bounty with the rest of the colony. The nectar and pollen are used to feed the larvae, the future generation of bumblebees. This is the bee's second major task, caring for the brood. But the day's work doesn't stop there. The bumblebee is also tasked with defending the nest. Using their sharp stingers, the female bumblebees guard the entrance of the nest from intruders. It's a dangerous job, but it's crucial for the survival of the colony. While these daily activities may seem mundane to us, they are crucial for the survival of not just the bumblebee, but also the plants they pollinate. Every trip the bumblebee makes helps to cross-pollinate flowers, enabling them to produce fruits and seeds. It's estimated that 1/3 of the food we eat relies on pollinators like the bumblebee. So the next time you see a bumblebee buzzing around your garden, take a moment to appreciate its hard work. It's not just flying aimlessly, it's on a mission to feed its colony, protect its home, and help our plants grow. Despite their size, bumblebees play an outsized role in our ecosystem. Without bumblebees, our plates would look quite different. Imagine a world without apples, strawberries, tomatoes, or even almonds. It's quite challenging, isn't it? That's the world we would live in without the industrious bumblebee. Bumblebees are pollination powerhouses. They are hard-working, fuzzy, flying dynamos that play a crucial role in our ecosystem, particularly when it comes to our food. In fact, they are responsible for pollinating around 1/3 of the food we consume every day. Let's break this down further. When a bumblebee lands on a flower, it's not just there to enjoy the sweet nectar. It's there on a mission. The bee collects nectar and pollen, which sticks to its fuzzy body. When the bee moves to the next flower, some of that pollen rubs off, fertilizing the flower. This process is known as cross-pollination, and it's essential for the growth of many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and nuts. But it's not just a one-way street. The flowers benefit the bees too, providing them with the nectar and pollen they need to nourish their colonies. This symbiotic relationship, where both parties benefit, is a beautiful example of nature's harmony. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine a tomato plant. Without the diligent work of the bumblebee, the tomato plant cannot produce fruit. Now, multiply this by thousands of plants across several fields, and you can begin to grasp the enormous impact these tiny creatures have on our food supply. But it doesn't stop there. Bumblebees also pollinate crops that feed farm animals. So even if you're not a fan of fruits or veggies, if you enjoy dairy or meat, you're still benefiting from the hard work of these buzzing little heroes. In essence, bumblebees are the unsung heroes of our food system. They are nature's little farmers, tirelessly working to keep our food production running. So next time you bite into a juicy apple or savor a sweet strawberry, remember the bumblebee and its pivotal role in bringing that deliciousness to your plate. Bumblebees are nature's little farmers, tirelessly working to keep our food system running. But these buzzing heroes face threats that put their survival at risk. Bumblebees, despite their essential role in our ecosystem, are not invincible. They are grappling with a number of threats that are causing their numbers to dwindle. One significant threat to bumblebees is habitat loss. Urbanization, agriculture, and deforestation are shrinking and fragmenting their natural habitats, leaving them with fewer places to nest and forage. Pesticides are another major culprit. These chemicals, often used in agriculture and gardening, can be lethal to bumblebees. Even sublethal exposure can affect their ability to navigate, forage, and reproduce, which can lead to colony collapse. Diseases, too, are taking a toll on bumblebees. Pathogens and parasites can spread rapidly within and between colonies, causing significant mortality. One particular concern is the spillover of diseases from commercially reared bees to wild populations. Lastly, there's the looming threat of climate change. Rising temperatures and changing weather patterns can disrupt the life cycle of bumblebees, affect their food supply, and increase their exposure to parasites and diseases. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are ways we can help protect and support these buzzing heroes. Planting bee-friendly flowers in your garden or balcony can provide bumblebees with a rich source of nectar and pollen. Go for a mix of species to ensure a continuous bloom throughout the season. Avoiding pesticides is another way to help. Opt for organic gardening methods instead. If you must use pesticides, choose ones that are least harmful to bees and apply them at night when bees are less active. Creating bee habitats can also make a huge difference. Leave some areas of your garden wild, provide nesting sites, and install bee hotels. Remember, every action counts, no matter how small it may seem. You too can make a difference in the life of a bumblebee and, in turn, our own. So the next time you see a bumblebee, remember, they're not just buzzing around. They're living out an intricate life cycle, from egg to mature bee, all the while contributing to the survival of their colony. Each day they're hard at work, collecting nectar and pollen, ensuring not only the health of their hive, but also the vitality of our ecosystems. They're pollination powerhouses, and without them, many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and flowers would cease to exist. Sadly, these industrious insects face numerous threats, from habitat loss to pesticides. But it's not all doom and gloom. We can help. Planting bee-friendly gardens, cutting down on pesticide use, and spreading awareness are all ways we can support our bumblebee buddies. So let's not take these tiny heroes for granted. For the love of nature and for our future, let's stand up for the bumblebees.